Hey y'all, hey, what's up? How are you all doing? Today we are going to talk about slaying the season and mastering mindful holiday money moves. So this is going to be catered towards the holidays, but you can apply these money moves towards any time of the year, right? So let's get into it. But before I get into it, let me know where you are watching this from if you happen to be catching it live. If you know one of your friends that needs to hear this conversation so they can master their money moves and be mindful about how they're spending, thinking, and feeling about their money, tag them, share this, whatever, right? Make sure they're listening to this live. And I'm Nashea Richardson, the Play Money Coach, and I work with high achieving women who want to manage their money like a boss so they have more play money to do the things they enjoy. And before I get into how we can master our money moves, specifically during the holidays, I want you to know that I have opened up 4 spots before the end of this year for you to work with me one to one over 90 days, where we work together as you build a healthier relationship with your money. Yes, we are going to optimize your finances, really get control and clarity of where your money is going, set up that savings and debt management plan. Also, work on the way that your actual relationship with money so that by the time we are done working together, you have clarity on where your finances are going. You feel very confident about the way that you are managing your money, and you have complete and total control of what's happening now in your finances and what's happening in the future. But let's get into it, right? So, mastering your mindful holiday money moves. Now, this has been like 2 years now, right? Like I was someone who is like somewhat of a Scrooge, right? Or the Grinch who stole Christmas. Like I'm kind of over the holidays, like all the commercialization that happens with it, all the excessive gift giving and all the extras that come along with the holidays that make you feel obligated to buy things and celebrate in a certain way, or traditions that no longer align and you're just feeling like, oh, I don't really want to do this, right? Well, I'm the person in the family that was like, all right, I ain't doing this no more. Like, just count me out. I want no parts of this, right? So as a way of, still participating and not being the complete, like I don't want to be a part of this because, my son, he's 15 now. So he's still a kid and everybody wants to buy for him, right? And most of all, my nieces and nephews, they're all older in their 20s, and it's my sisters and my mom. So, Christmas is not quite the same where we have to buy a lot of gifts, right? So I suggested a couple of years that we do like a grab bag, kind of like you do at your job, where you pick a name out the hat, and whoever you pick out the hat, that's the person you buy a gift for in the office if you do that. And then you set like a limit on how much you spend for the gift, right? So we've now been doing this 2 years, 2 years in a row. And let me just tell you that Christmas, because we celebrate Christmas, Christmas has been like the most amazing it has ever been. It's been so relaxing and peaceful, and we really get to enjoy each other's company without all the stress of buying all these gifts and doing all this shopping and being out and about, right? And then also around Thanksgiving, we've kind of like not like gotten rid of our big tradition where my mom used to cook and everyone used to come over there and we all would just be cooking and helping her for like 8, 12, and however many hours. And it was really stressful and tiring. And now we kind of just all do our own thing. And it's very peaceful, right? So I told you this because as we are thinking about the holidays and we're mastering our money moves, around this time of the year, it's really important that we take a moment to identify our values and determine if our current holiday traditions align with our values and if we want to maintain or keep the same traditions that we've been keeping for all of these years, right? Because for some of us, there's that pressure from family, and it's like, oh, well, this is how we've been doing it for years. So let's continue to give thousands and thousands of dollars worth of gifts. Let's go over to this person's house and do this and do that. And that can be exhausting. And sometimes you just want to stay home in your pajamas, have some hot chocolate, maybe make dinner and just relax as opposed to doing all this stuff, right? So the first thing that you can do to slay the season, right, and master mindful holiday money moves is get very clear on what your values are and whether or not your current traditions align with your values. And now is the perfect time. So as things are ramping up and people are getting ready for Black Friday and they're getting ready for Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, now is the time to do that because you want to do that so that you can start planning and start having these conversations with your family so that they know whether or not you are going to continue with those traditions, right? So put in the comments what your typical holiday traditions are and let me know if it's something that you want to continue to do, right? I asked some people on Facebook, what are some of the things that they do? And some people are like, listen, I let go of the gift giving and all that stuff years ago, and it has been the most amazing. There are some people who are adopting families and spending almost 10K to support other families as well as their families during this season. So I think it's wonderful if you have that clarity and you know exactly how you want to spend your money and your time during the holidays. Some people love to volunteer during this time. This is the time they want to give back, because that just feels really good to them. And remember that giving back doesn't mean that you have to give money, right? You can give your time and your energy, and that could mean everything. If you are serving meals to people who are in underserved areas or who are houseless, right? If you are someone that's maybe going around and you're caroling, you're doing all these things to get people in the holiday spirit or just get their spirits lifted. That's just as good as giving someone a gift, right? So if you decide that this year you want to change your holiday money moves and your traditions, then I want you to get very clear on that, right? Map out what is it that you want to do. Do you want to just stay in the house and kind of have family come over, right? Do you want to go to a specific relative's house, but you don't necessarily want to exchange gifts? Maybe you want to, just kind of hang out and maybe each person brings a dish so that one person is not responsible for cooking all the food, but you're all in one space, just enjoying the holiday, right? Whatever that is. So now that you've identified it, and even if you haven't identified it yet, take some time over the next couple of days because the holidays are here already. And once you decide, you need to have those open conversations with your family, right? So there's no surprises. Like I know some of you are like, oh, I don't want to tell my mother or whoever that person is, right? I don't want to tell them that I don't want to do what our traditions are this year because of the response that may come along with it. But we have to remember that we have to a lot of times put ourselves first and do what feels good for us, even if it doesn't actually make other people feel good, right? And sometimes it may take you as that one person to speak up to say that I don't want to do this anymore. Can we do something different before the rest of the family falls in line? Because they may have been thinking the same thing. And then when you say something, they like, woo, girl. I'm so glad you finally said something because I'm tired of doing what we've been doing for the last 20 years, right? So speak up and do what feels good for you because sometimes you may really do love your traditions that you have, going on, but maybe this year you just want to chill, right? Maybe you want to be like real low key. And this is the year you actually want to take a break from the traditions and the things that you normally do. Well, make sure that you are openly communicating that with your family or whoever it involves, right? And just let them know, like, I love y'all, like, all the things, but I need to take some time for me and not feel guilty about it because you deserve to do what feels good for you. And sometimes that just may not make other people feel happy about it, but you need to look at how you feel about that decision and make those decisions that are in alignment with your values and your financial goals, right? Because some of you have said that that you want to start saving more, you want to start paying off debt, you want to do all these things with your money, but yet when the holidays come around, all of a sudden all of that goes out the window and it doesn't have to, right? First, you can create a healthy balance between the two, right? No one says because you're working on, improving your finances that you have to stop giving gifts, right? And also, no one said because the holidays are coming up, you have to completely sabotage your financial goals and the things that you are working on because it's the holidays either. So do what feels good for you, but make sure you are one, doing what's in alignment with your values and what feels good to you because you deserve to put you first, right? And then secondly, make sure it's in alignment with your financial goals as well. So that was episode 1 of mastering mindful money moves during the holidays, right? So we can slay the season. And I'll be back on Wednesday for number 2 with the second thing. I have 4 of these, so I'll be doing this throughout the week, so that yeah, we can master this holiday season, because I find that sometimes there's a lot of pressure for us to, spend a lot because, we see other people doing it, or because it's something that we've always done, or we feel like, oh, I have to buy someone something because dot, whatever thing we're telling ourselves, when really we don't have to do anything. Is more of a choice. And then we can decide on what that looks like for us. So yeah, so come back on Wednesday and hear the second thing that you can do to master your mindful holiday money moves. Y'all have an awesome evening. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all back on Wednesday. Later.